Michael Plusek, and welcome to this video. This video is called Elysium, and I'm gonna dive more into the meaning of Elysium when we are in the video. But I want to share with you that this is a very important video, and it's kind of an updated video because I brought it into the program later on than the other videos, even though it comes first, and there's a reason for that, and I'm gonna cover all of that with you. The most important for me to say here in the beginning is that I really want you to succeed. And when we had our chat, our talk on our strategy session, you told me you're committed to your success. And I believed you. So this video is about giving you some fundamentals to get the most out of this program. So what we will cover in this video is, first of all, why this video. I'm going to talk more about why I'm actually doing this. And I'm going to share with you some stories from some clients, from what I've been seeing the last year. And after that, I'm going to share with you the main purpose with Business Accelerator, this program. And after that, we're going to dive into what I talked to you before about. It's called Elysium. And I'm going to talk to you about the business owner's Elysium for you to really understand what's possible for you. And then after that, I'm going to share with you something that I call the failure mask. And this is very important. Like I mentioned before, I've been seeing clients from this program. I've been seeing clients from when I did one-on-ones before. I see people who attended my events before, and it kind of struck me that even though people, they get all the systems, all the support, something happens that some people don't succeed. And I'm going to share some of those happenings with you. And I'm also going to share something that can help you to not wear the failure mask. And then I'm going to share something that's very important to remember going through this program. And also, I'm going to end this video with telling you exactly why this training is so damn good. Very important. So let's dive into this. First of all, why this video? Well, I have experienced a lot of people. I did seminars before, so I kind of trained hundreds, maybe even thousands of people with the seminars, and I did speakings too. And I watched different kind of people, and also from coaching people. And what really came to me is that what I'm teaching and the training you will go through and the support that you have, all of this will really create some really amazing results. But the thing is that you need to do the push-ups. You've seen this before, and it's very important for you to understand that. And I see people who have created some results where you wouldn't even believe it. But I also saw people going through trainings, invested in the seminars, and then suddenly they didn't get the results, or they kind of stopped on the way or something like that. And it came to me that there's a reason for that, and I will really go into this in this video with you, and also to help you some pitfalls that you need to look out for so you don't fall into them, and also how you can avoid those pitfalls. So I'm going to share all of this with you, and the main reason why this video is that I want you to succeed. I believe you from our talk. I trust that there's something inside of you who can really go out and make a big difference. So that's exactly why I'm doing this video. So let's take it to the next one here. The main purpose with Business Accelerator. First of all, it's a transformation. And coaching or consulting, it's all about transformation. I'm gonna share more about this with you later on the training, but it's all about taking people or businesses from A to B. It's very, very important to understand this. And when we talk about A here, for most people attending this program, it's about not having enough or wanting more money and time. Some of the most basics in our life, money and time. So that's the A part, wanting more money and time or not having enough. The B part is where you actually have enough money. So you got sales coming in, and it's not only sales coming in, but you can close new customers, and you can predict how many customers you're going to close, and you will close them at a much higher rate than ever before, which means that you will earn more money. That's the B part here. It's predictable, it's a system, and you're gonna be in a whole new league. And the other part of this is time. So at the B part here, when you are going through the Business Accelerator program, when you're finished with this, you will have a total new life. You will understand, but not only understand, you will also be the captain of your time. You controlling your time. And for people who went through the program, and when I talk with them and they look back, they can't even understand how they ran their life before. So this is exactly what's going to happen. This is exactly what the Business Accelerator transformation is. This program is getting you more money, getting more time, getting more structured. And the red arrow here, that's the transformation. That's what the program, together with the Facebook group, together with the Q&A calls, that's what's going to take you from A to B. But it's not going to happen if you don't do the work. I'm going to talk more about that later. So, A is time and or money. Either a problem or an issue or a desire to have more. And the work we are doing together is getting you and your business time and money, getting it structured, getting it predictable, and most important, getting you like the captain of your ship. And B, that's when you are attracting high-paying clients, customers on demand, and you are the captain. Good. Let's move on here. So the business owner Elysium. I was looking kind of for a word. What could describe what's actually happens when you walk through the program and you do the stuff and you experience the results. So you're getting more clients, you're getting the clients that you want to work with, and you get paid enough for it, and you get your time structured, your life structured. Elysium, that's kind of a description or a story about heaven, paradise. It's from Latin. So imagine you are controlling your time, your week, your business, and you have enough money. That's what I call business owner Elysium. Get it? Good, that's what we're working for here. So the business owner Elysium, first part, this is kind of the program is becoming a machine. And just look forward, because you will see that, you will experience that. The first part of this machine is to be able to attract new client or customers. We're going to work with that in the Business Accelerator program. And the next part is when we got the first one covered, when we know, you know exactly what you need to do, how many actions you need to take per day to get in a new amount of customers or clients. The next part of the machine is to convert these new meetings that you're getting in to high paying client or customers. And for many people that I have had through this program, they started on an hourly rate if they're consultants or doing some kind of services, and they went from that and to a whole new level. That's the Elysium. Working less, giving a higher value, and just attracting dream clients or customers. And then the third part of the machine is systemizing your business time effort machine. Systemizing your business, your time, your effort machine. So the Business Owner Elysium in Business Accelerator program here is the ability to attract new potential dream leads and convert them to customers in a system where you control your time and your money. That's what we're working on. So this, I have included this in this training as a pinup, so you can just download it, print it out, and put it up so you won't never forget this. This is what we're working for in this program. So the failure mask. The thing is, you see the videos, you do the training, you do the work, and you will experience results. And clients have experienced some magic results. But as I told in the beginning of this video, there's a big problem because most people, they wear a failure mask. So what is a failure mask? Let's dive into this, because I don't want you to wear this failure mask. I want you to take it off. First of all, and this is very psychological, and there's different explanations of this, but first of all, I'm going to share what is the masks we wear, and then what is the failure mask, and then I'm going to share an example of the failure mask and failure mask behavior. So the mask we wear. What happens, and you probably experienced this in life, if you really look at it, you become different characters or persons, or wear different masks in different situations. Maybe one situation is you're with your wife, your loved one, or your kid, not your kid, and you are like one person. But let's say character, and let's say you are wearing a mask. Then you are only with your kids, if you have kids, or with children, and you're kind of another person. It's another character, it's another mask. And then maybe you are in a serious business meeting with a potential client, and the client is a big business, and the person you're sitting with is a very alpha male, controlling the whole thing. In that situation, you might see yourself as a whole different person, whole different character, or wearing another mask. Make sense? And this is very normal. It's kind of different characters we got for different situations, so we're trying to fit in psychologically. So that's one part. That's to make it even more clear here. There's two kind of masks that almost every people has, or characters. And the first one is the hero. That's the one, and you feel that diving in, you feel that spark inside of you sometimes. That's the one who is just solving it all, who can manage it all, who can make it all. The king of the family, the hero. And then there's another mask character. That's the victim. Most people have the victim too. And the victim is like, oh, why does this happen to me? Or, oh, that's always happening to me. Or, no, not again. Or, I can't make it. Or, I'm a failure. So that's kind of the victim, and most people have this part of them too. And again, there's nothing wrong if you're sitting here and you're saying, okay, I see those. What's wrong with me? Nothing wrong. I'm gonna dive a little bit more into this later on the program, but right now for this video, it's just important that you understand this about the failure mask, because I don't want you to wear it. So what is the failure mask? Well, the failure mask is kind of the victim mask, the character, or what you will call it. So imagine you're just born, you're lying there as a baby, and everything is new. You are like totally open to everything. And imagine that's like a cup. So different kind of experience they pour in. You will be your parents, your teachers later on in life, they will tell you different things. You will have experiences, and all of this is like, imagine you pour some content in the cup. So at a point, well, the cup is full, and that's where you are now. Not that there's not room for any more, but just where you are now. And the content of the cup, this is all the experiences. And the failure mask, maybe you already see it now, that's all the failures. That's all the things that we didn't, or you didn't achieve. As a human being, we didn't achieve. And for most people, what happens is that their parents early on in life told what not to do and what to be very careful of. And that's kind of things that's stuck in there, psychological in everyone. Then we have some experience during life, and all of this is like we put it on to the failure. We put the failure mask on. We give more energy to that character. And which is very important for us to understand, because it is just a character. It is just a mask we put on. The failure mask is all the things that we should be careful of, all the things we shouldn't do, all the things that can hurt us, all those things that we are programmed because of things we have been taught from early on in life, and then the experiences we had. That's the failure mask. All the things that can go wrong, or we are afraid of can go wrong. So let me give you an example of the failure mask. What I mean here, because I trust this will give meaning to you. This is a marathon, and this is the starting line. So normally we have a marathon, we have people running for it's kind of 42 kilometers, I believe. And in the beginning, they will be quite excited. I'm not sure we can see this here, but they will be full with energy. Normal. Then we have the end, the finish line. And here we got a winner. Right? This guy has been running for 42 kilometers, a couple of hours. I don't really know what the record is right now, but around there. And like you see, his arms is out, his mouth is wide open, and this guy is actually, he seems very energetic, right? And if you watch marathon, one of the big races in television, you will see that the winner, when he crosses the finish line, they will just continue. They will take one more round or even 2 rounds and just celebrate. They will jump around and they will just celebrate. Right? And here is an example of the persons coming after. Maybe number 2 and 3, they have some energy. But at a point, and you'll see this, people who are not winning, they don't have that energy anymore. When they, even before they cross the finish line, there is no more energy. They are really fighting to get it to that finish line. And then, like this guy here, they drop down. Not everybody's doing that, but a lot of people is doing that. Just go watch it. So, what is the big difference here? You see, they ran the same kilometers, maybe there's a couple of minutes in difference, maybe even a couple of minutes. And they've been training the same, they've probably been eating kind of the same, sleeping kind of the same. They did kind of all the same things. So what is the difference? And then compare this with the failure mask. Because what happens to winners is they get energy from winning. They get energy from winning. Mark this, it's very important. And that's why I will always tell you to celebrate. And we're going to celebrate on the Q&A calls. I want you to celebrate in the Facebook group because it creates energy. Whereas the persons who are not winning, the B team, they don't have the same kind of energy. Maybe they have for a time. They're running also like the winner is. But at a point they see they won't win and the energy is just pouring out of them. Makes sense? And I just want to give those pictures and then for you to compare this with the failure mask. Because what I want for you is like the marathon runner with this program. Now it's not 42 kilometers, but I want you to do as the winners do. I want you to continue. I want you to do the work because that's the people who are achieving big results, they do the work. And I want you to celebrate. Good. Let's go through some failure mask behaviors here. And again, this is from a lot of clients and watching a lot of people. And this is failure mask behavior. This is kind of putting the failure mask on and saying, okay, this is going to be dangerous because I'm gonna get new results. I'm gonna get into the A team, and I'm gonna share that later in the program. That's out of the comfort zone. That's a whole new thing for most people. So, and it's not something they know they're doing, but they're putting the failure mask on, and then these things are happening. So if you are aware that these things are happening, now you know you're just having the failure mask on. Think about the marathon or listen to me when I tell you this. So look for the behaviors and then take the failure mask on. Know that in there, inside of you, there's something bigger. Just keep on going like the marathon runner. Good. Failure mask behaviors. You know it all. You are not open to receive new information, to digest new information. You know it all. You're not going to learn anything. The next one, interaction instead of your results or success. What I mean with this is that I see people who are chit-chatting a lot about a lot of stuff or interacting with people maybe in the group or maybe outside of the group, are doing posts on Facebook about everything else but actually doing the work. Doing meetings with potential customer or clients, but they know deep inside this is just a coffee meeting to have a chat. These kind of interactions, that's a failure mask behavior, and you don't want that. You want to focus 100% on your results. Do the work in these videos. Do the work in the training. Show up and do the work. You want to focus 100% on your success and then celebrate it. And the next part here is establishing relationship before creating results. Now in the videos I'm gonna, and maybe I even did now, but I'm gonna ask you sometimes to create a relationship with persons in the Facebook group. But this is not to chit chat. These kind of relationships is to help you to support each other to achieve better results. So the important thing here is that you want to focus all of your energy on creating results, not on chit chat and relationships. It's a failure mask behavior. And the next one, not celebrating. Really, not celebrating is a failure mask behavior, and it's something for most people we are not used to celebrate. And that's why I'll keep asking you to celebrate, and whenever the time is there on the Q&A calls, we'll celebrate. I will keep asking you to celebrate in the Facebook group, because this is winner mentality. I know I went through this before, but in this context of failure mask behavior, I want you to understand, if there's something inside of you that don't want to celebrate, it's a failure mask behavior. Another one, a big one, is not watching the training. So you sign up for the program here, and yeah, well, it did a lot of amazing and great and concrete results for the client, for the people you will see in the Facebook group. And even though people signed up for this, and also before people sign up for programs or for seminars, something like that, I saw people not attending, not doing the work. And this is a failure mask behavior too. Some part of a person is going, well, we should watch TV instead, or well, we should meet with our mother or sister or brother or these people instead. No, it's failure mask behavior. Put in the damn videos in your daily program, watch them and do the work. That's how you're gonna make results. And not asking questions in the support group, that's also a failure mask behavior. You got a question, there's a couple of days until the next Q&A calls, just ask the question in the support group. Maybe you will get the thing that can get you moving, and then you are 2 days ahead. Or from people not even being in this program, you are years ahead, because people can sit with those questions for years and not move on. So ask the questions in the support group. And the next one is not supporting others. So if you have been through something and you know the answer, and someone is asking a question, well, I know that I tell you during this program to be focusing on your work and your results, and that is very important. But the thing is also, if you can help another person in the program, another person who has invested their time, their money in achieving better results in their life and business, if you can help them, it's going to help you. That's just the way the universe works. Maybe not right away, but at a point. And it's also part of the A-team. Failure mask behavior is, well, I don't have time for that, I don't want to do that, that's a silly question or whatever. But just remember, people are at different levels. And I've seen people who, and you will meet some of them also later on this video, I've seen people who actually, the day that I had the strategy session with them, they were about to close their business. And just within a month, they changed it all, and they made a record month, and they made a record month in not spending too much time on their business. And they were kind of speeding up, and actually they ran in front of everybody else suddenly, or not everybody else, but somebody else. So you never know, if you help somebody, maybe they're gonna help you later on. But it's a failure mask behavior if you can help someone not to do it. And then not showing up and ask questions at the Q&A calls. And it's a big one. I know that when you signed up for this program, I sent you an email. We talked about it probably on a strategy session, and I told you this is where I can help you. It's where I can challenge you and help you. But if you don't show up, I can't help you. And it's a failure mask behavior. Something inside of you says, well, I don't have time for this, or it's not gonna help me, or I'm gonna listen to other people. It's kind of really a failure mask behavior. Other people shows up, do the work, ask questions, do the work, listen to the other people on the calls, take notes. do the work. They create amazing results. And prepare yourself for the Q&A calls so you're ready to ask some questions. And maybe they're going to pop up on the Q&A calls. Just ask them. Because I don't know if you don't ask me how to help you. Sometimes there's a few people on the calls, sometimes there's more people on the calls, but if you don't ask me questions, I can't help you. The A team, they ask questions all the time. The B team, they wear the failure mask, they don't ask any questions. So don't wear the failure mask here. And then stories instead of asking questions. I've had a lot of Q&A calls now, and I listen to a lot of stories. Stories are also a failure mask behavior. So, and this is kind of a training too, because you will be aware of what's happening for you in the Q&A calls, how you behave and all of that, and you might even see different characters at play. But the thing is that if you begin to talk and come with a lot or a long story, I'll let you talk, and then I'll say thanks for that story. Now let's go to business. What's the question? Because that's where it can help you. The stories won't help you anything. We want to dive into where is the gold. Sometimes I might even say, stop, what's the question? Because the failure mask is on and it's just talking instead of diving into where the gold is. And then blaming, which is like playing the victim, which is also a failure mask behavior. And blaming could be something, well, maybe you don't do it directly to me, but blaming could be something when let's say people, because I don't want you to do this, people are blaming, this is not working, this program is stupid, or Michael's English is not good enough, or there's a spelling error, or all of this doesn't matter. It's a failure mask behavior instead of doing the work, creating results. So, and I really, from my heart right here, I want you to understand this. If you begin to blame, if you begin to ask questions, is this working or not? And it's normal. It's normal to ask those questions. It's normal to say, well, is this working or not? That's a question. But when you ask those questions, just be aware of what's going on inside of you. And if you start to blame, know that you're wearing the failure mask behavior. Some part of you don't want you to succeed or afraid of you succeeding, and that's the failure mask behavior. And the next one of this is listening to your little voice. That's kind of what I just said, because I'm going to talk more about it in the program, but some part of you is maybe talking to you and saying, well, don't do that, or this is crazy, or this is stupid, or why should I do this, and well, I don't have the time, or this is not good, and all of this. This is just a part of you that want to take you out of the game. It's a failure mask behavior. So maybe I even did already, but I'm gonna share some things, some techniques and all of that during the program, and you will be a whole new person if you do the work, if you show up to the Q&A calls, if you ask questions, if you attend the group, if you watch the videos and do the work for those, you will be a whole new person and your business will be at a whole new level. If you listen and believe your little voice who's just trying to keep you where you are, well, nothing will happen. And that's a failure mask behavior. I really, really, really want to make sure that you understand this. It's so important for your success. So you will be tempted to do everything else than what you need to do during this program. And I watch it. I've seen it. And I maybe even will share some stories later on this video. People who should be doing some work, but then their failure mask kicks in and they do a lot of other stuff. Be very careful about this, because people who are creating great results, they do the work and they make the sale. They do the work and they work with their time. Don't be a victim. Don't wear the failure mask. Don't stay where you are right now. You got all the opportunities to really create some big difference here. So do the work and make the sale. And some important things here when we're talking about failure. First of all, nothing is a failure. It's part of the process and it's how we learn. So it's very important to understand that some of the people that you watch create some big results, and I'll show some of them later on to you. Well, they had failures also. But we learned from it. We say, okay, this was not working. What can we do here? There's no guarantee that things will happen in a day or two. Sometimes we need to test a different approach, or need to test different kind of clients and or customers and all of that. But it's all worth it, because it's part of the process and it's how that we learn. The important thing is that maybe you show up, maybe you watch some training in the videos and you say, well, this is how I'm going to do. And you ask some questions on the Q&A call, and we agree on this is, or you agree from what I tell you that, okay, this is what I'm going to do. Maybe it's not working. Who cares? Show up on the next call and say, hey, Michael, it didn't work. I think this and this and this. Do you have any approach to that? You got any ideas? Anything that I'm not seeing? That's how winning is done. And you want to fail, even though nothing is a failure. You want that, because that's every time this happens, every time you are not like the number 2 in the marathon, but you just keep going and you find the energy, you ask me questions in the Q&A call, every time you will grow. And it's just a matter of time before we crack the code for you. Number 2 things: massive action. And be willing to fail. Have a mindset that you're just gonna do it, you're just gonna try, you're just gonna see what happens. Take notes. I'll talk more about this in the videos, and we'll learn. You will learn, and just say it's okay if it's not working out the first time. It's okay if I'm not doing if I'm not the perfect at the first time. It's okay. Be willing to fail, and then do whatever it takes. Very important. One of my mentors once told me this: do whatever it takes. Because in the first week here, you're gonna have some great videos about your future and designing your future. And the thing is, the winners, the A-team, they do whatever it takes to get there. Now you got the support from me, you got the videos, you got the training, and you committed yourself to a greater future. That's a big part of this. Now, as the marathon runner, continue. And also very important, I will be upfront with you all the time. I learned, like I said before, if you go into a story or something, I'll say, thanks for the story, what's the question? Or maybe I'll stop you. Sometimes I'm asking for permission and say, can I be upfront with you? Sometimes I'm not. I'm just telling you like it is. I come from my experience. It's very important. And my experience, I'll show you just in a while here. And my experience is also teaching and helping a lot of people, students, clients, whatever you want to call it, from this program to create some big results. Also clients from before. So sometimes, well, the things I'm saying might not work for you, but I still will be upfront. I'll give you my honest feedback, because that's kind of integrity between you and me. I'm gonna help you to succeed. That's why I'm here. So no stories from me. If you want a story, I'm telling a story to help you really understand and get the picture. That's another thing. But I will be upfront. I want you to be able, on a Q&A session, to be able to move on. Good. I promised you some pitfalls, and I even talked about some of those now. So, first of all, your product and your service must make a difference. If not, nothing is going to work. So I trust that where you are right now, and we had the strategy session, that you have something that's working. The second one is not doing the work. I talked about that before. Not watching the videos, not attending the Q&A calls, not be present in the Facebook group, not celebrating, not asking questions, all of these things. Do the work. And the next one is thinking too much and wait for the right time. I see and watched people for years now that's thinking how to get results and waiting for the right moment. So I'm gonna dive more into this in the videos, in the training for the weeks to come. Just understand, thinking too much will never solve any issues. It will never help you to achieve your results. Thinking is good, but too much is just gonna delay you, and it's kind of a failure mask behavior too. Waiting for the right time, that's just an excuse. The right time is now. That's why you're here. So if we talk about something, if we agree on something, and I trust you're the person who will do this, you will just say, whoa, okay, this is, but what about this? We'll talk about it, and boom, now. That's winning. That's a player mentality. And then working on and doing things that has nothing to do with this program, getting your results. It's so important to understand, and you can, well, some of the great results that happened, or that people in the group have achieved. They achieved those because they asked question. Michael, what do you think? Should I spend the time on doing this or that? That's a great question, because we can be unclear about things. I totally understand that. But the thing is, be very careful. We're gonna dive into this in the training too. I just wanted already now for you to understand it. Working on or doing things that had nothing to do with this program and getting your results, be careful with that. Don't do it. And then not making enough offers. If anybody came and told me, well, we don't make enough money, or this doesn't work or anything, I'm just like, well, you didn't do the work. You didn't show up, you didn't do the work with massive action, with all of these things that I'm talking about here. Not making enough offers is the only reason why you're not making more money. Gonna dive into all of this too. So, like I said before, maybe you have doubts. Will this really work? Will I get more money? Will I structure my time better? And to help you here, first of all, I'm going to share my story with you. And probably you heard it before, but I'm going to do it anyway. I started my career at McDonald's. I was an employee. I was a crew, and I worked there. I liked it because of the other people. It was very hectic, energetic, and all of that. But I thought it was hard and tough work. But I didn't have anything else to do. At that point in my life, I was just wearing the failure mask in many ways of my life. That was financially, it was relationships, it was the working career, it was my own development, not my physique, that was pretty good, but anything else, I was just wearing the failure mask. I was like, well, I don't give a damn. I was not clear about where I was going. I was just running away from it all. That's why I had a job at McDonald's. Not something to be proud of. But the thing is, something happened at McDonald's because I met a guy who was kind of a group that I was with, friends, and one of my good friends was hanging out with this guy. And this guy, he was beginning to create himself, make himself a career in McDonald's. And I was like beginning to get a little, well, maybe I should follow that guy. I was also insecure. So for me to step up as a leader was very difficult. But something inside of me wanted to create some more. So, long story short, I went into the training, and kind of a year after something, I was a store manager for the restaurant that I worked in. I was young, I was insecure, and I had nothing at all. I didn't know anything at all about leadership. So it was kind of I had some really big failures there. And I was working there a total of 8 years. The good thing is I learned a lot about business. I learned a lot about leadership, system, structure, and all of that. And it kind of helped me because I began to the marathon picture. I really began to think about, well, I could achieve more. Suddenly I began to think about money. I began to think about, well, instead of the loser that started in McDonald's, I began to think about maybe I could have a car at some point. Maybe I could have my own apartment. Maybe I didn't need to go out every weekend and drink myself, or even worse. Maybe I could have something good here. And those things happened for me. So in 1999, a guy approached me, actually one of my bosses from before, and he approached me and said, well, he worked for a headhunting company, and there was a guy who had an idea for starting some interesting business in Denmark, and he wanted to ask if I was interested in meeting that guy. And at that point I was kind of like, well, there was a fire in me for achieving more, but at the same time I was also actually kind of tired of McDonald's. Too much French fries and all of that, and I had been with a lot of different restaurants, different team members and all of that. I saw a lot of things, and it was the same thing. So I was like, this is something new. I met with the guy. The guy sat with me. He had pen and a paper at that time, big glasses with gold on. He just came home from Asia, even though he's a Danish guy. His name is Kenneth Luciani. And this guy, he was drawing on his paper something with coffee and something with a lot of shops and all over Denmark, and teaching the Danish people to drink coffee, and something about values. And what he was actually doing, he was drawing his vision. And Kenneth's vision was to teach the Danish people to drink quality coffee. And he said at the end of that talk, so Michael, I want you to lead the whole thing. And I was a store manager at McDonald's, even though I had the 8 years experience, and I grown a lot. And actually at McDonald's, that's the only paper I got that I can do anything. And I am a doctor in hamburgers. And that's correct. I attended a seminar, or actually it's the university in Chicago, and went through the top level things there to get the grade of hamburgerology. So anyway, back to the version, short version of all of that. I said yes, and I started working with Kenneth. I started working with his wife, and we were only 3 of us starting out. So no shops opening, no people hired in the team, and I was just trying to understand Kenneth's vision, and from then on, helping to cooperate with the architects to design the first store, to design the systems, to hire the people, and then from there on working in the first shop, opening the shop, working in there, and then the next, and then the next, and then building an organization with 500 people, doing 125 million in Danish kroner. I haven't calculated that into euros, but it's going to be around maybe 20 million euros. No, less than that. 15 million euros, around there, in revenue per year. So I learned a lot here. And I was the operation manager, or the right hand for Kenneth. I attended TV shows. I attended I met with a lot of journalists and all of that. So I learned to grow an organization. I learned to how to handle an organization with 50 shops and 500 people. And beside that, I also was in charge of doing the franchise agreements with both Coop Denmark and DFDS, which is two proud companies in Denmark, and then some small operators too. So I learned a lot. In 2012, I was like, I had a couple of years, and I told Kenneth that it's not me in the future. I knew that they were going somewhere else, and I was like kind of beginning to get tired of this. So yeah, well, I just want to mention one more thing, because because I was getting excited about my future, earning more money, I began to really have a vision. I started to invest money in properties, in apartments in Copenhagen. And I didn't have any money. I had a little, but not a lot. So I actually learned how to go to the banks. I was not very old, and just loan money. It was a good time. It was a beginning of 2000, and the prices were booming and all of that. So the banks were kind of listening to me, and I had a lot of energy. A lot of energy. I was very excited, and I managed to, all in all, I don't even recall anymore. Maybe I say something else somewhere else in the videos, but between 15 and 20, I think it was, apartments in all. And all was good. And I had a lot of money. Because of the prices, they were growing. There was a lot of money for me. I did that during Baresso Coffee. But then the financial crisis came in 2008, and that knocked me out. I was still working at Baresso. I was restructuring my time, but I was working 7 days a week with Baresso, and then this apartment thing was a hobby for me. The financial crisis came, knocked me out. I got the banks calling me. I got them meeting with me with a pistol and putting that to my head and saying they wanted the money. And I was like, well, I don't have any money. They wanted it, they threatened me, and this was the worst time of my life. Really, I didn't sleep. I was too proud to tell anyone, and I had no money at all. No money. And I owed a lot of money. A really big debt. So around 1 million. And at that point, in the early 2000, I got into a marriage, and that didn't work out either. So I actually got divorced, and I got a beautiful daughter. And I was like, I saw from the marriage that it was the right thing for me to take care of her. So I fought a couple of years with that. I was and still am a single parent. At this time where I'm talking now, all of this I'm telling you because I was sick all the time. Didn't sleep enough, didn't eat good. I worked my ass off, and yeah, I was sick. Psychological, I was sick. I was tired all the time, and I was broke. Broke like not having any money, but broke like owing like €1 million. So what happened after was that I started the cleaning company in 2012, maybe beginning 2013, and I just grew that. I knew that I needed to get out of the bank situation, and I just needed to learn how to sell. I needed to learn how to systemize a business and make money. So in less than 4 years, I created Plusren and had a team of 60 people, around 10 million Danish kroner in revenue per year. And it was less than 4 years, but I was so focused on this, and then training people and coaching beside that. So now when I say this, when I'm speaking right now, the picture at the left is me with my daughter in India. I've invested so many money in coaching and training, and all of this knowledge is yours now. I'm going to help you, first of all, in Business Accelerator and this program right now. The second picture here is me. I'm sorry about the quality, but the second picture is me where I'm sitting right now in my office at a penthouse in Copenhagen and looking. You can see the buildings in the behind, looking out of on the water, looking out of all of the business and all of Copenhagen. I don't owe anybody any money anymore. I got one apartment with a little loan in there, not to the banks, and that's very good. No problem. It's solid. But beside that, nothing. I managed to get sold the apartments, not when the banks wanted, but later, and I managed to create the cleaning company, coach people to do the same, and all of my learnings. When we talk about sales, when we talk about really growing a company, and we talk about time, I put them into this program. That's what you're in for now. So that's what happened to me. It took some years, yes, but I didn't go bankrupt, and I have my own. How can you say that? I know that I can look myself in the eyes. I fought myself through this, but I also find out I got a lot of knowledge from that, and I'm able to help you with that. So some more success stories here. This is Morten. You will see him in the group. He's there. He went through the Business Accelerator program, and at the time Morten started, he had no structure. He didn't succeed at anything, and he told me in a video interview that he knew that if it continued like it had for the last couple of years, he would need to close his business. So we started working together. Morten began to structure his time, and then he began to sell again. And he created, like you see here, 47,000 euros and 350,000 kroner in 4 weeks. It saved his company. In Danish, redde virksomheden. So, saved his company. And I know that Morten, he asked him later on, and he told me that he's still growing. He's on the right path. So very congratulations to Morten. He did the work. He knew that he needed to change it, and he did it. And here's Heidi. You will see her in the group too. Heidi has a company called Gå mig glad in Danish, or Walk Me Happy. And when I spoke with Heidi first time, she was like, I'm stalled. Nothing is happening for me. I'm just a cleaning lady. I don't know anything about business. Heidi made a commitment to grow her business, and she knew that she would need to learn something about business, learn something about probably structure too, but also some mindset things. And what happened to Heidi, she has grown a lot, that's for sure. I also did a video testimonial with Heidi. And she learned a lot from all the tools that you're going into. And I don't know how many money now, but I know that just a week before I started doing the menu for this video, she posted that she did like 50,000 in a day. 50,000 Danish kroner. That's probably like 7,000 or 8,000 euros. It's her business, and she's doing great. This is all she's doing. And just like a week ago too, from me speaking right now, she went to TV2, one of the biggest national Danish television companies, with her company. And I know right now Heidi is so hungry for earning more money, and well, we are planning how to get her scaling her company without spending more time. And here's one for Heidi too. That was 50,000 Danish kroner. And the TV news. We got Michelle here. And when I spoke with Michelle first time, we also did a video testimonial. These people are, well, that's what I call my dream clients. And there's a reason for that. There are more than these, but I'm going to share with you why. I shared it all through this video. When I spoke with Michelle on the strategy session, Michelle told me after in the video testimonial that she had decided that if I couldn't help her that day, she would close her business. For a year or two, she was just struggling. She couldn't really get the money to match. She worked a lot of hours and she was not happy with the clients that she worked with. So we started working, and the things that you will see in this Business Accelerator program, the videos, Michelle has just been watching the videos. She has been working with it, steady as a rock. Did the exercises, attended actually every Q&A, and if she didn't attend, she would post that, well, I can't attend today because I have a meeting or something. Else she attended it. She asked questions, did the work. So in the first 4 weeks of the program, Michelle did, I think maybe it was even more, because I think she closed one more client. So it might be 48,000 kroner, and it should be 5,300 euros here. Just in her first month, and she was about to close. And the good thing with this is also that she's working with the dream clients or customers, the one that really gives her energy, and she's spending less time than ever in her business. And then we got Jeanette Breinholt here, and she's a family consultant. And when I spoke with her first time, she was like, I'm just working too much. I'm not owning my own business, and I don't know how to proceed. Jeanette went into the program, and well, she made some decisions, and I know that she's been watching the videos, doing the work. She attended the Q&A calls, and during her first 2 months, she did 47,000 euros or 350,000 Danish kroner. And now she's working on her business. Jeanette also did a post some months ago that she was now on her 3rd round of the program. Remember, you got a whole year with this program. She was on her 3rd round. She was just learning more. And that's winner mentality. That's the marathon runner. Just continue, squeezing more out of it. And then there's Tim here. Tim, in Danish, is a kloakmester. He's running his own company, and he's working with big buildings, doing concrete, but also digging down to the earth as a sewer company. When I spoke with Tim first time, which is a little bit more than a year ago, he told me he was so tired. He was sick and tired. And just see the pattern in all of this. People are sick and tired, like I was. And he told me he didn't know how to proceed. He was not very proud of his team. He was not very proud of his business or anything. So we started working together, and in the Business Accelerator program, the program that you're in right now, this is actually really crazy. But what happened to Tim was that it was kind of a lightning struck him on one of the first sessions, and he was like, "Whoa!" And suddenly he saw his vision. Suddenly he knew his mission, and he was just filled up with energy. So we worked on some fundamentals, and that's the fundamentals you're gonna learn in this program. And after the Business Accelerator program, he told me that was the best team he ever had in his, I think he ran a business for 10 years or something. And he was so proud of his team, he was proud of his company, and he was just excited about what was going to happen. So he earned the first 9 months of the year, he earned 27,000 euro or 200,000 Danish kroner in 9 months. He started working with me, and because we did the fundamental stuff and we kind of figured out how the puzzle was for him, he grew to 133,000 euros. Sorry, he earned 133,000 euros in 3 months. That's 1 million Danish kroner in profit. And like he said, that's the Danish one. Min rejse med Michael er kun lige begyndt. For fanden, hvor er jeg taknemmelig og glad for, at jeg er her. In English, My journey with Michael has just begun. I'm so excited. I'm so grateful that I'm here. And as I speak right now, because Tim went on, so he went on to my elite program, he has now offers out 6.1 million euros or 46 million Danish kroner in offers, which means new business is coming in. And we are just beginning to do this now. When I speak right now, it's the first month of the year. So like I said, Tim is an elite client. And that's the road that you can take. The first part is the business accelerator, and we're gonna make sure that your system for growing, which means your time and getting in new clients, that's in place. That's the business accelerator program here. That's the purpose, for you to earn money, for you to get your investment back very fast. Second step, if you're hungry for that, will be the up-level program. And I will not tell you anything about this right now, but it's going to be in the end of the week 8. This is where we can scale your business. And then there is the elite, but I'm not going to talk anything about that right now. So all of this, I just want to tell you, there's no reason why you can't get your investment in this program back within the next month. No reason. Do the work, show up to the Q&A calls, ask questions, and get your investment back. From then on, you got the system, you got more time, and you can just, if you want to keep that way, you can just grow with the things you're learning in Business Accelerator. And again, really, and I mean this, I expect big things from you. I have talked with you one-on-one, and you told me you're committed to achieve your goals. You told me that. So I trust you, and I expect you to show up, to do the work, and to create some big results. And like I say here, there's no reason for you not to get a minimum of 5 high-paying clients or customers within the next 4 weeks, little depending on your business. But as I said, you will get your investment back within the next month. Do the work. The record is still Tim, the one that I showed you before. Now it depends on the company, of course. Tim did 2.5 million Danish kroner or 335,000 euros in sales in 2 months. So there's no reason why. And why is this training so damn good? And why do students achieve so great results? Because of this. Because you will learn how to attract new potential customer clients, and you will learn how to, and you will understand, and you will do it. It's not just training, you will do it. You will convert those into high-paying clients, your dream clients or customers, and then you're going to systemize the whole thing, and your time and your business. The only thing you should think about now, watch the training, these videos, do that. Attend the Q&A calls, focus on your goal and do the work, and things like you just saw will happen soon to you too. Just do these things and focus on them. And here you see Morten. He did a post here in the beginning of 2019 where he says, I got maximum focus on my sale. New orders coming in, 15,000 Danish kroner invoices. And that's kind of going on for the next month. More offers out there, and an exciting meeting, following up and all of that. He's doing the work now. But it's also because you will see that in post. Morten been in the program for about a year now. He did this last year too. He really got some great clients in, but then he stopped doing the work. I actually did a video with Morten too. He stopped doing the work, and suddenly he lost his customers and all of that. He began to wear the failure mask. Now he's focused again, he's following the program again, he's doing these things again, he's building his business again. So this is just 1.5 weeks into 2019, and as you see, things can happen very fast using the system here. And Michelle here, also some of the things that can happen for you, some different kind of learnings, but that can make you money, but also can help you in progressing and growing. Like she says, well, this is a very different kind of celebrating because I chose to say no. I chose to say no to go out and do a free speaking. I would have said yes 1 year ago to anything that came my way, but now I chose to say no and just keep my focus on what I want and be very effective. And it's a wonderful feeling. And this one we had before. Here we got from Tim, just an update to the group. Today I sent out my biggest offer to date, and this is kind of not 30, it's not a spelling error from his side, it's 33 millions, which I don't even know. It's kind of, I think that's 5 millions, around 5 millions in euros. 33 million Danish kroner plus VAT. So proud because something good is happening for him. Is another client, Thomas. Like he said, he not only doubled or tripled, but 5 times one customer order. And this was using the sales techniques like from this program and the techniques that he's got on his backbone now. And like he says here, this is winning mentality. This is the marathon runner. I know that I have finished the 8 weeks, but I am beginning to repeat. I want to learn more, so I'm not going back to the B team. And here's Jeanette. You've seen her before. So let's say what she said. She's going here that she has, her goal for the year was 1 million in revenue, and last year was 700,000. And at this point in September, she is at 850,000, and she knows that she will be more than 1 million. So, and she's just so happy. And she also said here that this program has learned her how to control her time, and she's growing her business. And here's Morten, saw him before. He's just saying he's celebrating here with 50,000 plus VAT right away now, delivering. What a wonderful morning. So these things, I share those for you once again, for you not to wear the failure mask. I share these results with you, all of this in this video, for you to understand that you are so close to creating a whole new life. The first step here in the Business Accelerator, what this program is about, is getting you predictable, getting you clients and customers, and getting your time structured. When that is in order, we can talk about the next level. So what we did cover in this video, first of all, why this video? I talked about what I've seen from people attending my seminars and that I coached, and people who actually didn't do the work. And I want you to succeed. That's why the video. And then what's the main purpose with Business Accelerator? And the main purpose, that is for you to get the machine going, attracting new high-paying clients, and get your time structured. And that's also the business owner Elysium, where you have money coming in and you are in control of your time. We did cover the failure mask. What is the failure mask? And some pitfalls with the failure mask, some important things to remember. All of this for you not to wear the failure mask, to be very, very aware of not wearing the failure mask. And then I shared some examples. I shared my own story, and I shared some examples from clients, why this training is so good. So that's it for this video, and now the training will begin. So jump in and do the work. Michael Plusik, and I'm out of here.